Joining us right now to talk much more about this and more, Democratic Congressman Jimmy Gomez of California. Congressman, thanks for coming in. This GDP report we're digging into, as they just were. I mean, U.S. economy expanded sharply in the second quarter. Businesses dialing back on imports after stocking up earlier in the year to get ahead of Trump's tariffs. Is this showing that consumers and businesses are weathering Trump's sweeping economic policies well?
I think what it's showing is that they're trying to do with the erratic nature of his policies. When he says that there's going to be tariffs, people try to load up on buying things, and when they say they pull back, then all of a sudden they calm down. So you see this kind of whipsaw going on. But also, you need to look at other data to see what is happening to the American consumer, who I'm concerned about, the worker. The people, auto loan defaults are increasing. That is a concern, because when auto loan defaults increase, what does that tell you? That people are trying to make a decision, should I pay for the essentials, right, for the housing and the food, versus something like an auto loan that if somebody takes it, it's devastating, but not that big of a deal, like losing your house. So I think we need to kind of see what the data is telling us. But what it tells us is the Trump chaos is going to continue, and the American people are going to suffer, because here's the thing: somebody's going to have to pay for those tariffs, and right now the companies are, but sooner or later that's going to trickle down to the American consumer.
Yeah, you're hearing that a lot. They're absorbing it now. How long that can last before things get ironed out, that's a huge question. Let me ask you about Jeffrey Epstein and the moves going, everything that's kind of swirling about this, especially in Congress. We're waiting now to hear more from the House Oversight Committee to kind of more fully respond to the demands set by Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney in order for her to testify before Congress. You want the Justice Department to release the files that they have. Do you also want to see her testify before Congress if it means agreeing to the demands that have been set forth?
Absolutely not. I think, one, I do want to see the files, but that's because Donald Trump and the Republicans promised those files to their base. They said they're going to be the most transparent administration in U.S. history, that they were going to drain the swamp, they were going to go after the elites. They did none of that. They started backing away, and it was their own base that pushed back. So I want people to understand we want those files, because we want to make sure that we hold this administration accountable. At the same time, when it comes to Maxwell, if she comes to testify before Congress, she knows she only has an audience of one. She wants a pardon, or she wants to basically get her sentence commuted. So her audience is basically Donald Trump. And if she has no legal threat that anything she says, if she's lying to Congress, is not going to get her in trouble, but she can actually curry favor with Donald Trump and get him to look good, then she's going to be let off. She's a known liar, so I wouldn't say that she's a innocent bystander or trustworthy witness. So I think we don't need to see her. I want to just see the files, and they should release them right away.
One other thing that's happened is we have the president's kind of evolving explanation, or new explanation, of what led to the falling out that he had with Jeffrey Epstein years ago, telling reporters that Epstein, quote unquote, stole employees and stole young women who were working for Donald Trump at his spa in Mar-a-Lago. One of them, the president says, was Virginia Giuffre, likely the most well-known of Jeffrey Epstein's victims. What's your reaction to that?
I think it's pretty disgusting. Number one, nobody owns an employee, and no one owns a young woman. So if he's saying that a known, somebody who had relationships with young women, he knew that he liked young women, that he stole her, then he knows more than he's leading on. So I think that's something that is absolutely disgusting, and I think that's why the American people want to know his real relationship. Somebody who denied having a relationship, then that wasn't that close, but then he's sending them notes and doodles. So that's kind of the stuff that I think why the American people kind of say that none of this smells right. Everything is just fishy. And I think that's why people want to know what was his real relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
The House Minority Leader, Hakeem Jeffries, is headed to Texas to meet with Democrats there as Texas Republicans are making this push to redraw the state's congressional maps to favor Republicans. I've seen that you support California essentially responding in kind, redrawing its maps to benefit Democrats in response. But do you want just every Democratic-led state in the country to start doing this?
If Republicans, Donald Trump, are going to try to steal another House majority, which they did, remember that they redrew North Carolina. And all of a sudden, if they didn't do that, the Democrats would be in the majority, and it would be a different Donald Trump administration. So if the Texas Republicans, Donald Trump, want to try to steal another House majority, absolutely. That's what we have to do. We can't continue this getting slapped in the face, letting them get away with it, and then allowing them to steal our democracy and rig the game. So I believe if they do it, we should move ahead and do it in California as well as other states. Because in the end, we're playing for a lot more. This is for keeps. This is for the future of the country, even I would say more so than 2024. And that's because Donald Trump's agenda would be solidified in the next 2 years after this next session. So this is a big deal. And I think we need to take it as what it is, which means the future of our country.
Congressman Jimmy Gomez, thanks for jumping on. This morning, jury